Hi, everybody. Thank you for having us here. So Chico, like Michelle said, we offer lots of programs for all the way from kids to adults, and we've been around since 1975. So we've been around for a while, and we base around printmaking. Not just that, but mostly our focus is printmaking. And we have classes here, exhibitions. We actually go to other schools and organizations and partner up. And for now, we've been doing videos too from home. So I've had a little practice doing that now. And this is my first Zoom. So, but our videos that we've done with Chico, they've been doing really great. Lots of things to do from home, from your kitchen, things you find at home. And pretty much that's basically what we're gonna do today. Things you can find around your home, cooking materials, like toothpicks, food coloring, things like that. So I am the Artist and Community Relations Manager at Chico, and I basically work with the artists and also help out to have different exhibitions here. Working with the artists is amazing. I recommend everybody looking Chico up. We offer so many different classes and activities for the kids. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be doing little cards like this. And I wanna say this is basically like an experiment, something I love to do, experiment with different things. And I basically now, since we've been at home, I'm kind of forced to look to other things I can use from my house. So this here is what I'm gonna be showing you. So it's basically using string as your drawing material. And you can see these cool thank you cards I made to send to my family. You're gonna be able to make one today too, so you can send to your loved ones that you've been missing since we've been apart from each other. So I'm gonna start with the materials. I'm gonna show you here while the other sound gets fixed. So let's see, let's start with, we have a paper. This is I'm gonna try three different papers. We're gonna try the watercolor paper. We're going to try just a regular drawing paper, and the cardstock, which it actually works the best. Okay. We're also going to use food coloring. And for this exercise or workshop, we have two kinds. I didn't know which one to pick, so I just got both of them, which is the one you guys already kind of see. And then there's these that come in little tubes like this. And then we do have the advanced versions. So I went ahead and got these drawing ink. So we get to test these out today too. And let's see, we're gonna need toothpicks, and then these little clear cups to put your food coloring in case you want to mix any colors. I did go ahead and get some color pencils I found, some regular crayons, and chalk art, just to test it out to see if it works. I don't know, it's about experimenting today. So anything you have in your home, bring it out. Also, you can use coffee as well, anything that stains. Tea, you can also use that. Let's see, so, and we're also gonna use yarn. In this case, I bought this cotton yarn, but the one that I love to work with is this one, the embroidery thread or yarn. So we're gonna be working with those two. So feel free to grab anything from your house, from your home. If you have scissors, you're gonna need scissors too. And so let's get started. I also brought this plexiglass out so I can put my design on so you can see it. There we go. So I'm going to be showing you the kids version, the non-toxic version.
Janet, if you're at
Yes.
home and you don't have plexiglass, that's not a necessity, right?
No, it's not a necessity. I just grabbed it because it's what I had in handy. You can also use, since it's food coloring, you can use a plate, a disposable plate, anything like, or even if you don't have any of the above, you can just put it right on top of one of the papers. One of these.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so for today, I think I'm feeling a little blue, but like, I mean, not blue, but I'm gonna use the color blue. And, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. You're also gonna need a book, anything weighted. In this case, I got the color workbook that I got in my grad school to teach me color theory. So what other best book to use than that one? So nothing too heavy. And if you don't have a book, you can actually use the weight of your hand. So we can also go through that too. So first you want to take your yarn, any yarn you have or string. And for a size like this, which is an 8.5 by 11 standard paper size, I would recommend at least 12 inches. So then we'll cut like that. And then, so for the string, since we're gonna use the white just to coat the string, you kind of just set it out straight like that. And you want to work with a Q-tip to kind of move the food coloring all the way through it. So I like to just put a couple of dots like that. And then grab your toothpick. And then kind of cover it. And as you pull it, it's gonna get covered in food coloring. And I have not worked with food coloring in such a long time that I don't remember how thick this is. It's actually not even runny. So it's a really nice consistency. I thought it was gonna be like more like liquid, but it's really fun to work with. Here, maybe I can raise it up a little bit so you can see it. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. The point is to cover the entire string. Whatever size you have is great. It's an experiment. Try everything, even if you have to get some out of your clothes to do it. You can do that too. But leave about an inch and a half from the string so you can grab it so your hands don't get dirty. And in this case, I'm just gonna use blue, but you can also use multiple colors, but that's the next step. So then I'm gonna keep putting more on. I think this being at home has gotten me a little bit more creative. Trying to figure out alternative ways to do things. Okay, so after you have your string covered in whatever the food coloring, then you can also use gloves. I'm gonna opt not to use them because I feel like I can work better. But if you are worried about staining your hands, go ahead and use some disposable gloves. So this is the paper I'm going to work with here. And I am going to basically start with the tip of the string and kind of move it however you would want to move your pencil and then place it down like that. And then the part, the inch and a half that you left blank with no food coloring, you want to leave it out of your paper, because that's what you're going to use to pull it and discover something. So then you're going to want to grab the other paper and put it on top. And then I tried so many of these, so if it doesn't come out successful for you, just keep trying. I promise it does work. It looks amazing, but it does take a couple of tries before you do it. But you get to learn so much through the process. So then we're gonna put our book right on top. And then again, the string is on the side. So we're gonna pull it, just put a little pressure, and then you're gonna pull the string. Also make sure that it does splash, so wear an apron so it doesn't get on your clothes. So let's reveal what this string did. Hopefully it did something cool. And there you go, something like that. And then we are going, and you get two of them. One on top and one on the bottom. Okay, let's use green. So every time I do a color, I like to leave it aside in its own paper. Just in case I want to use it again, I'll just use the same string. But every color needs its own string. So for this one, we're going to use green. So I'm going to put this off to the side and then get another one. And then you want to cover it up with green. I also tried it with coffee, tea. It all worked really well too. So if you don't have food coloring, you can also use tea, stain the strings with tea or with coffee. So you don't want to put too much on it, because once you put it between the papers, when you flatten it out, it just becomes a big blob of paint, or of, in this case, food coloring. So I kind of, sometimes I like to take the toothpick and kind of take the excess food coloring off like that. So then we'll put this off to the side. And then for our next one, I'm just gonna let the string do its thing and land wherever it wants to land. I have no plans for it, just going with the flow. If you don't have either tea bags or food coloring, you can also use acrylics if you like. I've also used markers and then kind of soak the string with the marker. So you're just basically gonna color the marker. So let's put our book on top. And this is a really good book, by the way, too. So I'll flip it over so you guys can look. It's all about color theory, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm just gonna put light pressure with the book and then pull it out. Let's see. Are you guys ready? And there you go. So this is also really cool if you're going to, since I am a printmaker, I also recommend doing these backdrops for your prints. And then on top of it, you can go and print on top of these. These can be basically your backdrop. And then I do also have the thicker yarn. So let's try that one.
You also, when you have a moment, is talk about the role that Chico plays in the community and sort of your mission to reach people and the artists that you represent.
So we offer so many different platforms for artists to be able to show their work. And the fact that we bring in our established artists with our young emerging artists, I think that's amazing, because what better than to learn from somebody, an artist that's already established, has been in the game for a while. And that's what I love about Chico, that the artists are able to work with the emerging artists to show them the ropes and show them how it's done and what they went through and what they need to change. And we also have the 3 shipping containers on Roosevelt Row, and that also offers a lot of opportunities for our emerging artists. So if you don't know about that and you're an artist, you should really reach out to us and have an opportunity for us. We really love to hear about new artists. We love to open our doors for our Hispanic community, Latino community, indigenous community. Basically, all artists are welcome to take our classes, to even host a class here. And we want to reach as many artists as possible, because right now I think art has a very important role in the community to just get a message out. Here, this one is a little thicker. Sorry to cut off on that, but this one's a little thicker string, so you kind of have to push on it and wait a little longer for the string to soak up the food coloring. And oops, sorry. Let me see. And we also, our new space is going to provide a lot more space for more artists to have bigger classes, to offer different things. We plan on offering different, like, incorporate new technology in our print and our arts. And yeah, I'm very excited to once again start working with the artists and start creating art with other people, like actually in person. Okay, so I have this one. So I'm going for this one, since I've been playing around with it a lot yesterday as well, and for the past couple of days, I like to take out a little bit of the food coloring out, like that. And kind of just press on it and kind of soak it out with the same paper, like that. And then I'm just gonna let the string do its thing. We'll do 2 colors. You see here, I don't know if you can see, but this made like a 3rd color here, which it looks really nice. I'm gonna do red for this one. And I love this because it's really good for the entire family. It's non-toxic and it's very, very easy and super fun. So that. So let's do red. Okay. I saw the other workshops. They were so great. Lots of stuff to do with the family today.
I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. We actually have a question from Tierney.
Yes.
asking if you could soak the string in mini containers.
You know what? You can. I have them here. And these are the ones that I like to use for this kind of food coloring, which is a little thicker, more like a gel. It's a gel type. Here, let me open one here for you. So this one here, I like to see how like thick it is. It's almost like paint. So this one, I like to put a little bit of water in this, then add a little bit of the food coloring because it goes a long way. And then you soak the string in it, and you can leave them there for a while and the string will soak on it, and then it'll cover the entire thing. So you just like put it inside like that. And I will show you that when I get to the advanced version. But yes, you can. These, I don't like to dilute these with water because I feel like they work really well on their own like this. But yes, you can. And then just because I'm feeling a little spontaneous, I'm going to do 2 colors on this one. So by the end of it, you're gonna have a whole mess. So I probably would recommend you doing it in the kitchen. It'd probably be really fun. So then we have our yellow, and then we have our red and purple. And I'm gonna just do that. See how that works. So again, this on top. And then the book. This way. Okay, let's do the yellow first. All right, let's see what we got. There we go. So these are so cool because you can use these for so many things. Like here, I've used them to make thank you cards. Also, I put a little bit of silver leaf on this one. And then you can go over them and go over with the with different color pencils. Here I like to go back in and kind of just go in with the color pencil and then kind of see different images that I see and highlight them. Can you see that? It's a little.
Yeah, it's really nice. You get a variation of colors and value.
Yeah, so this one here was one green, and it gives me about 3 different shades of green, which is pretty cool. Let's see. And then, so one of the things I got into art because nothing else made sense for me. And I knew I was an artist when I realized my teacher was calling my mom in for meetings, telling me I wasn't focusing enough on other subjects and just drawing on my notepads. So, and I took one of those tests of like, what are you gonna be when you grow up? And one of the things on that test was a creator, and one of them was an artist, and it couldn't have fit any better. And you're gonna just make it what you want with it. Like you can find different shapes in here. Like here I found a rose. Like that. So this is very easy to do with kids. I am gonna move on to the advanced version, and I'm going to do that on uh, black paper. So I love to experiment and see what other forms of mark making we can do with different things. In this case, I really enjoyed the string and the different thickness of the strings. You can also do it with floss. If I thought about doing it, I haven't done it, but if somebody does it, please let us know how that works out. Another thing I know, maybe using hair. I mean, you can endless possibilities here. So for this one, I am gonna use the drawing ink because I have the white that can make all the colors lighter. If you want, you can also use the food coloring the um, with the drawing ink too. You can mix them, but then I would probably not let kids use this because it's probably hard to get off. Okay, so then let's move to this one. And since Father's Day is tomorrow, I might make a Father's Day card using this technique and send it to him. So we can start with these here. And for the person that had that question about putting the string in here, this is what I'm gonna do on this one. I'm gonna put a little bit of the white on each of them. And I'm gonna let them soak in there. And if they're not soaking fast enough, you can actually take a toothpick and then move the string around. All right. And I'm just adding it to, I'll just add it to 2 of them. Actually, no, I'll add it to all of them because they're all gonna have to be a little lighter. Let's see. I'm really excited to see how this one's gonna turn out because this is the first time I do it on black paper. So this will be a fun experiment. So then we'll do a little pink because why not? And then you can use your toothpick to move it around.
Hey, Janet.
Yes.
How often do you think the happy accidents or experiments turn into the thing that artists do?
100% of the time. All the time. I mean, I have a lot of the times when I'm creating something or even when I'm going to teach something. I also taught at ASU for a while, and my key thing was please experiment with all materials, everything, because I believe everything is useful to create. Even back in the days, people used to use stones to make sculptures. You know, you never know what you might fall in love as far as materials to use. So, I mean, I learn as I go and I have fun with it. I really do. A lot of times, a lot of the things I do fail, but I learn from that mistake, which is which is great. And for me, finding different materials is what I love. I like, say, oh, what can I do with leaves? Or what can I do with, I don't know, um, rocks or t-shirts or whatever the case is. This doesn't have the thing, so I'm just gonna pour it on there. We also worked with the ASU Art Museum, and we had to think about something creative and funky to do for Weird Night. So we printed with ketchup and mustard. So I mean, the possibilities are endless, and it's so fun. So much fun. So mixing these colors. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the blue and the pinkish reddish. Or let's see. Let me attempt to create a green or a light. Okay. Maybe we can mix some of this. So since I'm doing that, I can start actually putting in the string inside. So since this is a smaller one, I'd probably do half of what we use for the big one. So about maybe like 6 inches. And remember to just keep the like an inch and a half from the top out. And then use your toothpick to push it in. And you can just leave it there and it'll soak. And then I'll do it for all of them. Let's do the blue. And then for one of them, I'm just going to use the white one and see what happens. Let's see. Okay. I feel like the green one is probably going to be too dark, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the white. Okay. So let's do a white one. Okay.
So Janet, while you're doing that,
Yes.
let me ask you, with you guys, with Chico moving into a new space, are you guys able to expand your exhibitions and programs?
So that is the plan. Yes. So we are going to have a bigger space for exhibitions, to have classes. Also, we are keeping up with technology and using a laser cutter, a 3D printer to kind of experiment as well and use it into printmaking. And having more opportunities for more artists to showcase and just provide more space for creating.
I also tend to think of Chico Inc. as a place of telling stories, you know, from stories from different perspectives. And that's something I've always admired about Chico Inc.
It is, because there's so many cultures coming together and we learn from each other, and just to share everybody's background is very inspiring. I've been able to grow a lot with a lot of the established artists from Chico. I've learned so much from them and where they come from and what they've done in the community. And as I'm driving down like Roosevelt Road or anywhere around here, I am able to see all the murals that a lot of the artists do have in this community. And there's a sense of pride to see that's like, oh, I know him. Oh, I know him. And it's a really great community. I love working with the artists a lot and learning from each other too. And just overall, like, it's like it's a family to me. Let's see. This takes a little while, so just bear with me. So your string might tangle, so like mine did, but you know what? Just go with it. We'll just get, like, it's tangled right here, but we're gonna go with it. And for your card, you're gonna want to open it, like once it's closed, you want to open it up and go in the outside and then just drop them in like that. That one's tangled, so we'll see how that one comes out. And then we'll do
More happy accidents and experimentation.
yes. So for the ink, the drawing ink, it's a little bit runny, so I'm going to put it on a towel and kind of soak a little bit of the ink off. It might not happen when you're doing it, but yesterday I've been experimenting, all this week I was experimenting with it, and I found that if soaking it helps it out. So this one looks a little tangled too, but I think I can stretch it. And then it's kind of looking, okay. Let's see. And then one more color. I'm gonna do all of them at the same time. I don't know if they're gonna get tangled along the way, but here we go again. Experimenting with lines. Okay. So then you wanna close it up. And then for this one, I would probably just use the pressure of your hand. So kind of lightly on it, and don't press on it too hard. And I say that because it's the ink. The ink's a little bit more runny. So there goes 1, 2, 3, and I think I had a 4th one. Yes. All right. And here it is. So the cool thing about this, you get 2 of them. So when you're mailing your card or whatever you want it for, you get 1 in the front and then 1 in the back. And then I like to enhance it and add a little bit of gold leaf or silver leaf. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with this one, but I'll do that later. You have to wait until it's dry for you to do that. So this year is just regular crayons, but they're just broken.
Oh, great.
And I also have some pastels here. And I have some of these chalk art markers. And just a very quick experiment. How about we soak one of the strings in chalk ink and see if that works.
That sounds fun.
I can't find my scissors. Okay. All right. So then we'll do it right here. So we'll put it here. Let's do an orange. All right. And then again, you just soak it. I haven't done this one yet, so this is also an experiment. So I'm going to put that there. All right, let's do one more and see if that works. There you go. And give it a little twist. Close it. Hand pressure. And then pull it. You can see it a little bit. You can see it. Can you see that?
That one I can't hardly see.
Okay. In person, you can see it. It worked out a little bit. Not as good as the ink, though, but it did work out. So then you get the front and the back. And then I was going to, so for this, these two, and then for these two, I kind of want to show you how you can bring out any images that you see. You basically let your eyes pick out any imagery you see and make it stand out with these. Or you can just leave it as an abstract. And it looks like the pastels work a lot better with the black paper. And it's looking like the crayons are gonna work best for the, or actually let's try this too. So here I see a little, maybe a tulip. Here. Here. Mhm. So see these here. If you're gonna use the food coloring, it does take about a day to dry. So you want to leave them out before you either gift them or frame them. I do have a frame here that I want to put this in. It's not completely dry, but we'll see. Let's see. And then you get a cute, can you see that?
That's sweet.
And then you can either leave it like this, add some words, or keep layering on prints, or keep trying to see if you see any other imagery in there. But for me, this one, I think I'll keep working on this one.
I do like the black paper.
It is really fun. This is actually the first time I use it. And I'm really glad it really worked out. See, and then the pastels, you can kind of move with it.
Do you have to spray anything at the end to make sure that it doesn't smudge or anything?
So when you're using just the food coloring, no. But when you are using the pastels, you do want to spray it with an adhesive so it does not smear. Because here we can also go in with it and kind of smear it a little bit. And it will smear. I don't know if you can see a little bit of that. But
so like a fixative spray if you're an art store person.
Exactly. So if you follow, we do have a website, chicoink.org. You can also follow us on Instagram at Chico Ink or Facebook at Chico Ink as well. We also have we started a YouTube page. So if you can subscribe on there, there's tons of videos there on how to do printing with the sun, which right now it's great for the summer. And I believe it's the first day of summer today. So happy first day of summer. Printing with the sun and kitchen lithography, using a bunch of different things from your kitchen to create a print. So also look out for those as well. But we have all those platforms you can follow us on, whatever is best for you.
Thank you, Janet. And I'm sending you a round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much. And thank you, Chico Inc., for bringing Janet to us. We really appreciate it. And be sure and check them out.